Hello, this is David Hawkins here. Thank you for joining me. Today's article is titled, Are You Speaking Googlish? On-Page Optimization Made Easy. Googlish, the quality of being similar to Google, or the end result after putting foreign text through Google Translator, or an individual who spends time searching for answers about everything. You'll find quite a few twists to the definition of Googlish online, and one that's apparently not found on Microsoft Word. One search on Google and I quickly found these 3 definitions at Urban Dictionary. But even though it generously has more than one definition, I'm about to give it another. Googlish is the technophobe's word for HTML, and it's the foremost language Google uses to read your website and judge its ranking position. It's not English, and it's not a language you can magically be speaking through Google Translate, but it does determine whether you get 100 new customers a week or 0. Later in this article, I'm going to show you a platform that will almost magically make your life a lot easier. Stay peeled, it's completely free as well. Learning another language is always a tough commitment, but don't you notice how once you find a motivation to go to the country, whether that's to live or just holiday, it suddenly becomes a lot easier. Well, if you plan on finding yourself on Google, you better get to the embassy and find a visa quick. You'll be pleased to know that HTML actually has more in common with Cockney slang more than a full-blown language. That is if you just want to use it to optimize your pages for Google. Alright, enough of the pony. Here's a super quick phrasebook of common terms used in the overpopulated but sunny country of Googland. Number 1, title. By the way, you can find all the codes on the article, just click on the link below this video. Number 2, meta description. Number 3, meta keywords. Number 4, H1 tags. Number 5, H2 to H6 tags. Number 6, often underused, is links. Number 7, bold. Number 8, italics. And number 9, images. Again, all these terms are explained in the article, which you can find through the link below. Okay, WordPress. This is the magic I was talking about earlier. If you're like many business owners, you were born online before the what you see is what you get world of WordPress. What I mean is listed here in a little narrative. Number 1, you sit comfortably in your living room and fire up WordPress, the control room of your website. Number 2, you get flashbacks of having to learn computer code all those years before. As if writing was hard enough, now you have to regurgitate it onto the web. Never did like modern languages. But alas, now you can have your very own translator, and she's free. WordPress doesn't guarantee that writing is going to be an easier process, but it does guarantee that the shackles of computer code and random punctuation are going to be at a minimum. WordPress was made for Google, it seems, and you're standing on the shoulders of giants by leveraging it. What makes life even easier are the thousands of free downloadable plugins you can get, which introduce you to yet more ways of allowing you to speak English while having your website speaking Googlish. The one tool you need for SEO on WordPress is the all-in-one SEO pack. And this is the king of all plugins for WordPress. I can't begin to think how much time it's saved me over the past few years. What's more, it's free. Once you've written your post, you can scroll down and simply fill up the SEO information. It's right there below where you just wrote your post. It's brilliant. Okay, more reasons why you should move to WordPress. It's modern. WordPress looks modern, which is increasingly important to the discriminating eye. It's not so important for avid readers of your website, but in a world where the average web surfer stays on your page for no longer than 60 seconds, first impressions are everything. However, that isn't even the most important point. What's really important is layout, and this is coming down from the voice of Google. Layout is about user experience. When people come onto your site, are they blasted with a thick header above the fold that hides the content they wanted to see, or do people have to find their way through a confusing navigation bar layout to find other areas of your site? There are many quality designs, or themes as they're called, that you can get for your WordPress site. But if you buy a theme, say for the one-time low price of about £30, you can guarantee that your website is structured in a Google-friendly way. Many old websites suffer with a maze-like structure, and Google are starting to penalise people for it. If you need another reason, it's more cost-effective. If you need to change something like an article title or an image, WordPress is going to allow you to head straight into the driving seat of your website, stick it into gear. No carburetors, engine oil, spark plugs, anything like that. Just clean and straight to the point. You may be asking, how do you go about upgrading to WordPress? It's not a quick task, unfortunately. The main problem isn't so much copying your content over to the new site, it's ensuring that you don't disappear from Google itself. It's because Google ranks pages, and if an address of yours changes, for example, let's say website/rosepetals.html, that's a page on your website. If that changes to rose petals without the HTML, you're going to undo all of that work that you've put into your Google presence. I recommend that you hire a professional web designer and hire a good one. This isn't a light decision and will be expensive, but if you're in business for the long run, it's a worthy investment and with the direction the internet is going, a very good one.